Gandhi said, "Be the change you want to see in the world." In this video, Megan Ramos will explain what you should do when people don't listen to your health advice. So if you tell someone to fast, if you tell someone to eat a certain way and they don't listen, what should you do? This video will inspire you to do the right thing. Enjoy.
Got it. And then finally, I want to ask both of you, this concept of raising awareness to the world in terms of science, because it's something we always wonder. You know, there's like social media is a big thing. You know, YouTube, Instagram, and Snapchat, and Facebook and stuff. But is there something we don't know? Sort of, how can we raise awareness where no one would say in 30 years, "Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know." It's like, no, you did know. You just chose not to follow. So it's like, is there a way we can raise awareness that we haven't thought of yet? Is there something you found, like in patients, where maybe it's word of mouth, or it's
being an example.
Okay.
Like that really is the bottom line, leading by example. I mean, you can talk to people about the theory till you're blue in the face, and it can make sense to them, but if you're not doing it, they're not going to get it. Like the same thing with Jason's and my colleagues. They thought this was crazy. They saw it by me. And my friends thought it was crazy. And it was funny, after a girls' weekend away last summer, when I got home that night, they were all texting me about my diet, you know, and how can they do it too. So just leading by example. We had one patient got referred to Jason for diabetic nephropathy about 4 years ago, and Jason started him on the IDM, and the patient got it. Like he got the science, we took the time, we educated him, this makes sense, so I'm going to do it. Well, his GP came into the office. Jason wasn't there, so I got stuck with him. Ranting, raving, every other word was the curse word. Just, I referred him for nephrology. I sent him to a diabetic specialist. Who the fuck do you think you are? You know, like, I'm going to shut you guys down. Just flabbergasted. A year later, his patient continued to come though, because his patient was like, I don't care if he agrees or not. This makes sense to me. This is finally something I understand. So I'm going to do it. And so his patient was off all of his insulin, and his A1C was just down below the 6th percentile range. He had lost all kinds of weight. And a year later, that doctor himself came in with a bouquet of flowers, and he knocked on my door. And so I saw his face, and my last memory of his face was just, you know, smoke fuming from his ears, and I thought his head was going to spin around. And this time he had a bouquet of flowers, and he said, "My hemoglobin A1C is 6.6%. What can I do?" And he said, "I don't want to end up like my patients." And he said that he was so inspired by his patient and his patient being able to do it and stick with it and have continued success. He said, you know, I had to see it. I had to, you know, actually see it, which made me become open-minded to learning about it. And then I took the time to learn about it and watch the YouTube videos from Jason and read your blog. And he's like, it all makes sense. But he said, I had to see it, you know, to become open-minded about the science. So he's doing pretty well himself. His time's limited, so he doesn't come to the clinic very often, but I hear through the grapevine and via email that he's continuing to lose weight, and that his blood sugar levels, every 6 months or so, I'll get his labs in my inbox on my email, and a quick note saying, doing well, doing fantastic, or, well, the holidays beat me down a little bit, but my blood work's not that bad, and I'm back on track. So I get these little updates from him periodically. So I think just seeing it, you know, being an example to yourselves. First Nations is a big issue, big obesity and diabetes issue here. And I had a new consult on Thursday. So she was just from north of Timmins area, and she said, I want to show them, because she said, I've given them Dr. Fung's book to read, I've showed them the website, and they say, okay, like, so what if this guy's right? Sure, but it's not sustainable. And she said, I'm going to show them. I want to be that example, and hopefully by being that example, I can, you know, set fire here. So I think that's the biggest thing that people actually doing. There's sharing and educating and all that stuff, but just do it is the bottom line.